It's already been internationally criticised for its censorship laws on the internet, but now Turkey has gone a step further, with MPs approving new legislation. Defenders of internet freedom say the law is designed to silence the government's critics, but the government says it's protecting privacy. It's now due to be signed into law by the president. And here's what it means. A government agency, the Telecommunications Communications Presidency, will be able to shut down websites if it doesn't approve within hours. Internet service providers will be forced to store records of users' activities for 2 years. And that's on top of the fact that some websites, including WordPress and Vimeo, have already been temporarily blocked under an existing law. Well, let's get more now on this story from Mehmet Karli in Istanbul. He's an assistant professor of international law at Galatasary University. Thank you very much for talking to Al Jazeera. The government says it's protecting privacy and it wants to block insulting websites. Is this the case? Is this how you see it?
Thank you very much, Sue. It is certainly not the case, just we can say it very clearly. As you very well summarized the situation, basically what the government is trying to do is that they are increasing the grounds upon which the governmental authority, the communications authority, may forbid, may restrict sites automatically without having a court order. That's the crucial part, without having a court order. So far, there were simply very restricted grounds upon which that authority could restrict access to websites automatically. Those were obscenity, child pornography, etc. But even those restricted grounds had been abused by that authority, and since 2009, that authority ceased to publish statistics so that we don't discuss this issue openly. But some non-governmental estimates are that there are something like 32,000 prohibited websites right now in Turkey. But now they add new grounds for this automatic mechanism, and that will certainly increase this number that is already criticized. If they defend privacy, the second leg of the legislation is totally against privacy. You also summarized this as well. Now with this new law, the government will keep our web surfing records for 2 years. Right now it was only 6 months. They will extend it to 2 years. But the crucial point is that the government authority will have access to those individual data without having any court permission whatsoever.
So
this is the most severe breach of privacy.
Let me just ask you the reasons you think the government is doing this. Is this because they're trying to censor people trying to investigate into what the government's been doing and indeed its allies with regard to this corruption probe?
Exactly. There are two historical reasons to sue. The first one is the Gezi uprising that took place here in Turkey last summer. We've just heard the news regarding Ukraine at the beginning of your news bulletin. The situation was very similar here. And as the mainstream media is under strict governmental control, the protester could get organized only through social media and websites, internet. That seriously disturbed the government. They started making preparations right after that summer. But the situation reached a critical point for them after last December, after 17th of December, when corruption allegations came to the agenda in Turkey. Corruption allegations concerning 4 ministers and the prime minister himself. And most of those allegations are based on wiretap phone recordings. And now mainstream media, they do not publish those wiretap phone recordings. They are afraid of the government. They are under government control. We have access to those recordings only through social media and internet. And the one that was published, that was broadcasted the day before yesterday, shows very clearly it's a phone conversation between the prime minister and the head of a TV channel, news channel. In that conversation, we see very clearly the prime minister given orders to the head of a private TV channel not to publish certain news. This is the position of Turkish government.
Mehmet Karli, very interesting to hear your thoughts on this. Thank you very much for joining us from Istanbul.
Thank you very much to you.